Heist, Murder Heist, Chapter 1. Charred wood. Ferocious flames smashed into the glass as if it was trying to shatter it. Vega was transfixed. Dread bubbled beneath his skin. The smell of smoke swallowed up the air within his lungs. Heat seared into his flesh. Devon's cackle brought him back to reality. In her hands was her lighter. The flame was dancing around her exhaled breath. Her cruelty delighted her to the point where her smile was utterly destroyed by it, a flashing of teeth that reminded him of a rabid dog, claws extended, ready to dig into him. The inside of his truck came into focus. It was still running. As soon as he saw it, he could hear it chugging away. Heated air entered his nostrils. Put that away. His voice was hoarse. He scrubbed his face. Sleep glued his eyelids together. He violently pried them apart with his palms. The wall of white came back into focus. Snow was lightly falling on the freshly ploughed road. Uncle Savenorphan died years ago. You're not still hung up on that, are you? Devon smirked, grey eyes dancing around his face, looking for the reaction she craved. The flames were stifled, but this time she was fanning them with her words. I'm not an orphan, and that fire almost killed me too. Oh, soz. She flicked her long black hair and batted the fake hair stuck to her sparse eyelashes. Clumps of mascara were dangerously close to her eyeball. Abandoned you, then they died. Seraphin Jallo. The name burned his tongue. He swallowed back his animosity. Is missing, presumed dead. Just like life then. Your mother was missing her heart, dead inside before she went walkabouts. She sniggered. Her spit hit his face and made him gag. Anywho, it's your turn to drive. I can drive my own truck. How kind. He caught a glimpse of his green eyes in the side mirror. His tears were glistening in the dawn. He ruffled his black hair and got out of his truck. As he slid down onto the cold ground, his body clicked. The snow was collapsing under the weight of his heavy boots. He trudged around his purple truck, fingertips dancing over the hot bonnet. While he braved the cold, she slid over to the back and nestled into the luggage. Layers of unnatural foundation and other miscellaneous makeup brushing onto the mountain of bags. Her blatant disregard for other people's property made the vein in his forehead throb. Hurry up! Her high-pitched voice penetrated the glass and caused him to hesitate before the cold triggered his survival mode. He opened his door and adjusted his seat. They were almost there. She gave the illusion that she did not care, but behind her fake smile was the rotten core of a control freak. Don't be distracted by my awesomeness. Her smugness burrowed under his skin and made him react. Get enough people to think they're nothing, then suddenly you're somebody. Profound. She pounded a bag and tucked it under her head. I stopped us here so you could have a look at our exit point. Vega glanced out the window at Devon's childhood castle encased in glass. The wooden beams were rotten with neglect, open to the elements, a feast that nature had enjoyed, but one that had devoured the castle from the inside out. Moss crept out of every crack, a creeping carpet of green that had a life of its own. Although the green was preserved by the glass, structurally the castle was caving in on itself. It was a superfluous endeavour to save it, however that was not the point. The power play by Mr. Pierce was chilling. Without thinking, he wrapped his arms around his tummy and started to rock. The ruins of his uncle's house was up ahead. Traumatic memories were starting to bubble their way to the surface. He swallowed them back. This was not the time to get lost in his own mind. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? There's a blizzard coming up. He snapped out of his haze and put his belt on. His fingers fumbled for the key. A horrible noise filled the air. He let go. The engine was already running, but his mind was still asleep. Not as smart as me. Got it. She rolled her eyes. Explanation for the moron coming up. I was thinking if there's no entrance to the greenhouse, then the entrance must be in the form of tunnels from a stupid pig farm to my exquisite land. There's a blizzard forecast for this weekend. We can't do this now. So, he scratched his flushed face. Normally you rob a place then leave. Emphasis on leave. Who goes away for a week then leaves halfway through? People who rob their friends then leave with a trailer full of extra luggages. He cringed. His tongue felt clumsy, his mind even more so. Extra luggages? She smirked. Leave early. That'll be suspicious. We were never going to leave early. Suspicious. Ah, so will the valuables going missing and you explaining how they fell into your bag. No, your bag. He gritted his teeth. Don't play around. We need to rethink this. What's changed? You don't want revenge? She leisurely waved her hand around. You know I do. He could not see her face through the rearview mirror, yet he felt her eyes burrowing into him. We'll rob the gemstones and the trophy cabinet, then I'll crawl through the tunnel to my castle, steal the diamonds. Diamonds? He straightened his posture, his body betraying his hunger. What diamonds? That's the spirit. Bye-bye student debt. My diamonds. He didn't know there was a vault with them in and only I can find them. So don't get any ideas. First it was steal from the dead, now it's hidden diamonds. Anything else you need to tell me minutes away from crawling into the lion's den? Never mind, I can't do this. Not now or ever. Beads of sweat dripped down his forehead. He glanced at his heater. She had turned it up. Irritated, he knocked the dial back down to a reasonable level. Spoil sport, she pouted. You remind me of a bear awakened from hibernation too soon. Snore like it too. Do not. She poked out her tongue. Do too. I do. Oh, stop it. He tangled his fingertips into his hair and resisted the urge to pull it out in clumps. Fine, but technically you can't steal from yourself. Wait a minute. He pursed his lips. Why did your family never get it then? Pa had the forget-me disease and Ma remarried rich. Anyway, we'll store the jewels there, blow up the glass when we're ready, and you pick me up. Simple. Whoa. He placed his thumbs in his ears and wiggled them. His sticky earwax was creating a weird noise. The sensation was also unpleasant. What now? She sat up and stole the last bag of chips, tearing into them and devouring them in the same motion. No, 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 he twisted in his seat. Blow up the glass? Are you insane? She shrugged. Only on Mondays. Right, he frowned. Why Mondays? My diet day. Bits of chip flew out of her mouth and peppered his seats. Just eat normally, he rubbed his forehead. It will make the world a better place. Are you conspiring with your girlfriend to make me fat? She grabbed a chocolate bar and swallowed it whole. It's Monday. She pouted. Holidays don't count. Now shut up. I need my beauty sleep. Stop this now. I don't want to be dragged into your plans anymore. He sighed. I'm training to be a forensic psychiatrist. I can't get caught. Oh, her eyes narrowed. Not I can't do it, just I can't get caught. Interesting. Not interesting. Complicated. We can't do this. It's over. Your land over there. Devon tickled his chin with her sharp talons. My land right here. And he spreads like jam on crackers, stealing our inheritance to keep as a trophy. Help me crush his ego, or I'll blow it all to hell. I won't help you, but I won't hinder you. Pick your sagging butt off the fence and pick a side.